So the second use for git restore is to unstage files that we currently stage. So if we made a mistake, we stage something, it's going to be included in the next commit, and then we decide, we really don't want that, we can unstage it using git restore and then -- staged in a file name. So I'll demonstrate this. Let's restore back to head. So we'll just do git restore our files, cat and dog. We'll go back to first, second, and third in both of them. So now I'm going to make a new commit in here, fourth commit. So I'll just put that in both of them. And for the sake of this example, I'm going to make a file. I'll call it secrets.txt. And in here, I'll put something like, API key equals some API key, and then credit card number equals, and then some fake, I don't think that's the right number of digits, but let's say that's your credit card number. Okay, then I forget about this file, and I'm ready to make my next commit. So I head over here and I type git add dot, and then I have a horrible syncing feeling. I type git status, I realize, shoot, I did not want to stage my secrets file. I don't want to include that. Now, ideally, I would have a git ignore, and it would include that file. But still, there are times, if you've done a lot of work and you need to split your changes up into a couple of commits, you might add a file that you don't want to stage, you might want to remove it. That's what we're doing here. I want these two to be included, right? I want fourth commit. I want that to be included, but I want to unstage this. So to do that, git restore -- staged, and then the file name. So here we go. Git restore -- staged secrets, not stages, staged. Okay, type git status, and now it's not being tracked, right? Git doesn't really care about this file anymore. It's at least not staged to be included in the commit, but the file has not been changed. So we didn't delete it or reset anything in it. It's just not staged for the next commit. So now I can make my commit fourth commit. Git status, still, it was not included, and it's still there, just waiting for us to stage it, or ideally to ignore it. So that's kind of confusing, right? The two purposes for git restore. One is to unmodify a file or files, and the other is to unstage file or files. Fortunately, if you use git status, Git will tell you at any point. It reminds you how to do both of them. So, for example, if I stage a change, which right now I don't have anything, but if I do stage that change, git add secrets.txt, and I type git status, it tells me right here, this is going to be committed. If you don't want that, use git restore -- staged, and then a file name to unstage. Because honestly, I struggle to remember this. I don't have to do it all that often. Thankfully, git status tells us. So, we could just copy that. Great. And then the same thing, if I change one of my files, I put some stuff in there, I delete it. Great. Git status. It says, hey, you modified that file. And it also mentions to discard the changes in the working directory, use git restore and then the file name. So I'll do that. Git restore cat.txt, and we're back to where we were. So you don't have to remember it at all times. You can just use git status. It will remind you what to use. It does not show you in git status, though, that you have this option, right, to specify a different source. Not as common, but this does allow you to reset the contents of a file to what it looked like 10 commits ago if needed. So you can use that -- source. It defaults to head, as we've seen. Okay, so that's git restore.